Welcome to the BISP Solutions. So, our today's topic is multiple subsidiary in statement of financial position. Let us quickly revise what is parent company and a subsidiary company. Parent company is a business entity that owns or controls one or more other companies, typically through the ownership of 50% or more of the voting rights in the companies. Okay, parent company is a company who controls who has ownership or of 50% or more in the other companies. Subsidiary company means that is controlled by another company, generally through the ownership of 50% or more of its voting right. That's the subsidiary. Generally, we used to do the consolidation of the parent and subsidiary. Together, a parent and a subsidiary, they are a group company. And the parent and subsidiary, which are presented together as a one entity in the consolidated financial statement of the parent company. Up till now, we have seen that holding company is doing the investment in the subsidiary company, but there is only one subsidiary. Okay, and we do the consolidation of both the entities, that is holding and subsidiary. Either it is proportional consolidation or through equity method, or it is full consolidation. Okay, it depends on the percentage of holding. But in this scenario, there is no one subsidiary, there are multiple subsidiary in which the parent company has made the investment. Okay, now we have to see the consolidation of all that subsidiaries. See, parent company, it has made an investment in subsidiary 1 also, subsidiary 2 and subsidiary 3, and this is the sub subsidiary of these are the sub subsidiaries. That means the subsidiary 3 has made the investment in these two companies, so they are the step down subsidiaries. Okay, suppose parent company has made the investment in A, B and C, and C has made the investment in X and Y. So when a holding company has control over more than one subsidiary, it is known as multiple subsidiary. Now, what are the benefits of the multiple subsidiaries? First, brand recognition. It means a company may organize subsidiary to keep its brand identity separate. This allows each brand to maintain its established goodwill with the customers and vendor relationship. It means company here organize its subsidiaries to have their brand identity separate. Okay, due to this they will be able to maintain their separate goodwill with the customers, and a good vendor relationship will be maintained separately by each subsidiaries. Second advantage is the financial consideration. Like when we do the financial consolidation, if one subsidiary has incurred any loss, it will be combined with the subsidiary which will incur the profit, so it will be nullified. Okay, so due to this there will be a less tax return we have to file. So due to this, a tax will be filed at lesser amount. Third benefit is increased efficiency and diversification. In some cases, creating subsidiary enables the parent to achieve greater operational efficiency by splitting a larger into smaller, more easily manageable companies. This means if there are many subsidiary, that means we are dividing a large company into smaller companies, which will so that we can manage all the companies. It becomes a very easily handled companies or manageable companies. All the procedures can be followed very easily. Now, what are the steps of the multiple subsidiary of consolidating multiple subsidiary? First, apply the same consolidation principle or adjustment technique. Second, for each acquisition of subsidiary, the goodwill is measured separately. Goodwill, NCI, and post-acquisition reserves of each subsidiary, they all are combined in the consolidated accounts. Simply, we have to do the consolidation. It will be same, but for each subsidiary, you will be calculating separate goodwill, separate NCI calculation will be done, and these all figures will be combined in the consolidated balance sheet. Okay, what will be the general entry? If you are making a payment through bank, so investment in subsidiary account debit to bank account credit. Okay, because the investment which the holding company is making, it's an asset for the holding company, so investment in subsidiary. And it is if it is making payment through bank, so bank is crediting because bank is outflow of the bank is there. Okay, or if he is making payment through equity share capital, so investment in subsidiary to equity share capital to security premium. Okay, so it depends upon the way of discharging. Let us see one example. Suppose holding company had made an investment in subsidiary 1 at the rate 80%, at the rate 2 lakh, and investment in subsidiary 2, holding percentage is 70%, investment amount is 3 lakh. Equity share capital of both the companies are given. Pre-profit is 40,000 and 50,000 respectively. In subsidiary 1, we will calculate goodwill. Okay, subsidiary 1 is 80%, subsidiary 2 is 70%. Investment in both the subsidiaries 2 lakh and 3 lakh. Share capital of both the companies given 1 lakh and 120. We'll do the same calculation, but we'll calculate it two times, okay, depending on the percentage of holding. In subsidiary 1 we have a 80% holding, so 1 lakh into 80%. In subsidiary 2, share capital is 120, so 120 into 70%. Less pre-profit, 40,000 is the pre-profit of the subsidiary one, so 40,000 into 80%. And similarly in subsidiary 2, 50,000 into 70% comes to 35,000. So it is the investment less net assets acquired. In both the cases, goodwill is coming at 88,000 and 1,81,000. Let us see the same example through Excel. There are three companies. One is holding. It has made investment in A Limited and in B Limited. Okay, their separate line balance sheet are given. Inventories 2 lakh, trade receivables, cash and bank, equipments. Investment in A Limited is of 5 lakh and investment in Limited is of 2 lakh 20,000. Liability and equity side, share capital, reserves and surplus, profit and loss account, deferred tax liability, trade payables and long term debt is given. Balance sheet is given as on 31st December 2020. Date of acquisition is 1st January 2020 in case of A, and date of acquisition in case of B Limited is 1st July. That means it is a case of different date acquisition. Okay, that means holding company has made the investment in A Limited on 1st January, and it had made the investment on in B Limited on 1st July. That is a different date acquisition. H Limited purchased 90% shares in A Limited and 80% shares in B Limited. Okay. At the time of acquisition, the credit balance of the profit and loss account in A Limited was 80 and reserves was 60, and in B Limited reserves was 20 and P&L was 30. So first we'll do the calculation of the AOP, pre, post and total. Okay, so in case of A Limited, first we'll see. In case of A Limited, reserve total, we can see it from the balance sheet. Reserve total is 150 and P&L total is 3 lakh. So reserve is 150 and P&L is 3 lakh. Okay. At the time of acquisition, investment in A Limited was on 1st Jan. Okay. So the at the time of acquisition, the balances which are given, they are the pre profit or pre reserves is given. So 80,000 is the P&L balance and reserves balance is 60,000. So remaining balance, that is 150 minus 60 comes to 90,000. It is the post balance, and 3 lakh minus 80,000, 220 is the post balance for the P&L. There is no other adjustment. So subtotal will be 120 and 310. So it will just be distributed among the holding and the minority. Holding percentage is 90% in this case, and minorities will be 10%. Okay, so we'll just do the calculation. That is 140 into 90 percentage, 140 into 10. Okay, so it is 14,000. Similarly, in case of post profit also, 3,10,000 into 90, 3,10,000 into 10, it is 31,000. In case of B Limited, now we'll do the calculation pre, post and total. Total balance we can see from the balance sheet. Reserve 120 and profit and loss also 120. Okay, 120 and 120 at the time of acquisition. Okay, in the case of B Limited, date of acquisition is 1st July. Okay, so the balance as on 1st January is given 20 and 30. So it will be pre only 20 and 30. Balance will be the post profit. Okay, but here there will be adjustment, a time adjustment. Okay, why? Because investment is done in the middle of the year. So 6 months belong to the pre and 6 months belong to the post. Okay, so we'll do the adjustment. That is 1,90,000 into 6 divided by 12. 6 months profit belong to the pre, 95,000 belong to the pre and 95,000 belong to the post. So 95,000 will be deducted from here and will be added in the pre. So total will come 95 and 1,45,000. Now this profit will be divided between the holding and minority, and the percentage is 80 and 20. Okay, 1,45,000 into 20. Similarly, here also we'll do the same, 95,000 into 80% and 95,000 into 20%. It is 76 and 19,000. Now we'll do the goodwill calculation for A Limited and for B Limited. Investment amount is 5 lakh and 2 lakh 20,000. So 5 lakh and 2 lakh 20,000 is the investment less share capital. Share capital of A Limited is 5 lakh. Our shareholding is 90%. So it will come to 4 lakh 50,000. In case of B Limited, share capital is 2 lakh. Here our share is 80%. So it comes to 1 lakh 60,000. Less pre-profits, we have already calculated 1 lakh 26,000, and in case of B Limited is 1 lakh 16,000. So 5 lakh minus 450 minus 126 comes capital reserves 76,000, and 220 minus 160 minus 116,000 comes to 56,000. Both are negative, that is both are the capital reserve. We are paying 5 lakh and we are getting 5 lakh 76,000. Okay, that means we are paying less and receiving more. So the difference is the capital reserve. In this case also we are paying 220 and we are receiving 276. So difference is the 56,000, that is a capital reserve. Now we'll do the calculation of the minority interest. A Limited, B Limited, share capital. 5 lakh is the share capital. In this case, in case of A Limited, minority interest is 10%, so 50,000. In case of B Limited, share capital is 2 lakh and here minority percentage is 20%. We'll just, that comes to 40,000. We'll just add the pre-profits and post profits which we have already calculated. See, 14 and 31 in case of A Limited, 14 and 31, and in case of B Limited, 29 and 19,000. 29 and 19,000. So this is the total of all 95 and 88. Total comes to 1 lakh 83,000. It will be coming in NCI 1 lakh 83,000. Okay. Now we'll do the calculation of consolidated reserves and surplus. Reserves of the holding company is 150. Reserve and profit and loss of the holding company is 250. Okay. So after that we'll add the post profits which you have already calculated. There's 279 from A Limited and 76,000 which you have received from the B Limited. So 279 profits from A Limited, post profits of B Limited 76,000. Okay, the capital reserve which we have already done the calculation, it will also be combined in the reserves and surplus head only. So I am writing in this head only 76 and 56,000. You can write it separately also, but it's better to write here for the presentation purpose. 76 and 56. Total consolidated reserves and surplus come to 887,000. 8 lakh 87,000. 8 lakh 87,000. Okay, now we'll just do the combined uh, balance sheet. 2 lakh plus 380 plus 3 lakh. In all the cases, it will be done same. Okay. In case of investment, that is in case of trade receivables, 130 plus 240. 130 plus 240 plus 1 lakh. 50 plus 230 plus 20. Similar in case of equipment also, 6 lakh plus 3 lakh plus 1 lakh 50,000 comes to 1050. We do not take the investment, so total of the asset side is 27 lakh. Share capital of only holding company comes. Reserves and surplus, we have already done the calculation, it is 8 lakh 87,000. Okay. Profit and loss account we do not take, we have already combined in the reserves and surplus held only. Okay. Non-controlling interest is 1 lakh 83. We have already done the calculation. 95 plus 88,000 is 1 lakh 83,000. Deferred tax liability, we'll just add 50 plus 50 plus 1 plus 20 comes to 1 lakh 20,000. Trade payable also 1 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 30,000 is 230, and long term debt also 150 plus 50 plus 80, that is 280. Okay, so total of the liability side is 27 lakh and asset side is also 27 lakhs. So our balance sheet is tallied. This is the way how we do the multiple subsidiary adjustment in consolidated financial statement. If you have any doubt, you can contact us freely. Thank you.